Okay, we've got a lot to talk about with UFOs today, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I'll talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Yeah, to start with, I think it was a Friday night that Wright-Patterson Air Force Base was actually closed for a brief time because of drone activity. Yeah, Wright-Patterson, right? Interesting choice of destination for these mystery drones. Wright-Pat is right up there with Area 51, maybe just right below it as far as storied locations in ufology. Ross Coulthart once called Wright-Patterson at one point a veritable parking lot of UFOs. And they're said to also store, at least temporarily, bodies of giants, like the Kandahar giant was said to have been flown to Wright-Pat. So yeah, interesting choice. Interesting choice of location. Does that mean anything or not? I don't know. But instead of me reading the article, let's listen to somebody way more attractive than myself talk about the closure in the drones at Wright-Pat.
Wright-Patterson Air Force Base airspace was closed for about 4 hours Friday night into Saturday morning after small unidentified drones were spotted near the base. Alexis Martin is at the alert desk with what we know.
The Dayton Daily News reports that the base says no property was damaged and no one was harmed. I went to the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. They were unable to talk to us, but we did talk to a few people who live in the area. Nobody I spoke with saw the drones Friday night, but they were familiar with the sightings on the East Coast. Tyler Morgan lives near Wright-Patterson's Air Force Base and was surprised to find out the airspace was shut down for around 4 hours, and he was first hearing about it 2 days later.
I was kind of shocked to hear they made its way out here. I think there's a lot of unknowns. I think it's kind of weird. No one really knows what it is.
Alex Blankenship lives 1 mile from the base. She says after seeing the New Jersey sightings near the East Coast, she thought it was only a matter of time before they made it to Wright-Patterson's Air Force Base. With limited information, people are trying to fill in the blanks. This is what Blankenship thinks about the drones.
Think that the government hides a lot of technology from us and that this stuff is it's getting harder and harder to keep quiet.
So they don't know anything. They're not saying, the people at Wright-Pat aren't saying from the TWZ. There is a quote from base spokesperson Bob Perdaman, who told the War Zone, "I can confirm small aerial systems were spotted over Wright-Pat between Friday night and Saturday morning. Today, leaders have determined that they did not impact base residents, facilities, or assets. The Air Force is taking all appropriate measures to safeguard our installations and residents. The drones ranged in sizes and configurations. Our units are working with local authorities to ensure the safety of base personnel, facilities, and assets." Yeah, so really interesting that they ranged in size and configurations. I would love to know more exactly what that means. But yeah, interesting. We've had at least 2 civilian airports also temporarily shut down because of these drones. We have an interesting situation here where there was I think this is a civilian plane that was redirected to have an emergency landing at JFK Airport because something flew into its turbine. And the official story is that it's a bird. Maybe it was. Let's take a look at this thing, see if it looks like a bird. All right, there's going along. Okay, yeah. So was that a bird? Was that a bird? It's hard to tell. The video's not like great quality. But yeah, look at that object. I mean, I don't see any wings on that thing. It looks way more drone-like to me than it does, bird-like. Benny agrees, but hey, we don't know. We don't know. I'd love to know more. Oh, this isn't UFO related, but this is just badass. Look at this gaming system. This is a gaming system, guys. Oh my God, look at that. It's got a big robotic arm. Oh, that is so cool. This is going on my Christmas wish list, Benny. Benny wants one too. Oh my God, that is so cool. Yeah, buy a t-shirt. Buy a t-shirt, guys. All right, here we go. There's just, Ross Coulthart says, what plausible scenarios are left to explain the drone mystery? A rogue element of the U.S. government private actor is demonstrating tech to U.S. that the U.S. is seemingly powerless against. So yeah, could it be some tech company demonstrating its power and ability? Yeah, it could be. Could it be Lockheed Martin saying, F you, Area 51, some sort of factional war within the control group, or the control group versus the rest of the government potentially? Absolutely. It could be something like that. In fact, that's one of my leading theories, is it's something like that. The U.S. government is lying for a reason it wants to keep secret. Well, yeah, I mean, the two could go together, but yeah, they could be lying about this stuff for a completely different reason. In his statements, Donald Trump said basically the government should tell us what's going on. He didn't seem to think there was a reason for the secrecy, which is interesting. So he didn't think that it would harm national security or, create mass chaos if they told us what was going on. Now, that could mean that he thinks it's NHI, alien, non-human actors doing this. It could also mean that he thinks it's government or some faction doing this. But he also didn't seem to know. So, for sure, I don't know if anybody in the mainstream government knows. At one point he says, I don't think this means that it's a foreign actor or something like that. He says he doesn't think. So I don't think he knows. I don't think anybody really knows. There's all sorts of sightings of these things and of various things, even things that don't appear drone-like. There's this interesting phenomenon of these, what I call the spotlight UFOs, because some of them I think are fake, and they're spotlights, misidentified, car sales and sports events where they have lights that are reflected off the cloud, and some people just creating these
They're
things.
already here, so why be scared?
Holy shit, she needs to answer.
But people are seeing these. This is in New Jersey. It's not an isolated case. People are seeing these things zipping across the sky. Are these UFOs? These are definitely not, in my mind, mystery drones. This is either, fake spotlight, kind of thing, or this is anomalous, true NHI kind of thing. And we've definitely seen plenty of, NHI that seems to be legit NHI stuff mixed up with all of what we're seeing with the mystery drones. I don't know what the mystery drones are, or if that's a human cause or an alien cause or other dimensional or what we're talking about. But, there's definitely some anomalous activity mixed up in this. Maybe the mystery drones are to confuse us about the anomalous activity. Absolutely, as a smokescreen for NHI disclosure, possibly, trying to confuse us. But yeah, what do you think these weird lights are that they have been seeing in New Jersey? Was there some sporting event where they were having weird spotlights in the sky? Or is this the phenomenon, doing something? I would love to know your thoughts on it. But yeah, when I say there's like genuine anomalous activity, there's UFOs being spotted by planes high in the air. Here's another report from Oregon, this time from Eugene, which is not far from where I used to live in Oregon. I lived in Oregon for a few years in Corvallis. In our big rivalry, football rivalry was with Eugene. The Ducks versus the Beavers. Corvallis was the Beavers. It was so funny. Everybody had their cars decked out like beavers. They'd have big buck teeth on the front of their cars and tails on the back of it. It was hilarious. It was like a big deal local rivalry. I'm very familiar with Eugene. It was the nearest Barnes & Noble. If I wanted to go read a book and drink coffee, peruse the bookstore, I would have to go to Eugene. But here is what they were seeing over the skies of Eugene.
Go ahead. Just had another one show up about my 1 o'clock, about 1,000 feet high, zipping towards us and then back out towards the ocean. And it's red in color, moving at extreme speeds. I don't even know how to describe how fast it's moving. 661 on the Fox. Typical name Fox, Roger. You are cleared to maneuver as necessary, left and right, to avoid the UFO out there, and all the reports you give us are good information. Appreciate it.
20.
Yeah. So maneuvering around UFOs in the sky, 1,000 feet high, which is higher than drones are supposed to fly. but it could have been a drone or a mystery drone because he says it was maneuvering at extreme speeds. I wish I knew what that speed was. But yeah, super interesting. Very likely anomalous activity, like a genuine UFO. Like, the mystery drones exist in that borderline where we don't quite know what they are. They seem to display exotic technology, not giving off a heat signature, no thermals, which is unusual even for a drone. Even a drone battery should give off heat. These things are not, at least some of them. We need more corroboration on that. It was just one news crew that discovered that. We definitely need more corroboration on that. But if that is a widespread aspect of the mystery drone phenomenon, then that definitely indicates exotic technology, in this phenomenon. So is this NHI? Is this reverse engineered UFO technology, or secret government technology that we don't know about that wasn't derived from UFOs? But I'm thinking this is probably, at least in part, derived from UFO technology. So even if this isn't direct UFO, experiences, this is in a way UFO disclosure because it is showing exotic technology likely derived from UFOs. Yeah, and maneuvering at extreme speeds, which is very interesting. Now, there was a remote viewer from the Gypsy Psychic who was seeing some interesting stuff, and I've seen other remote viewings by like No Rivets, which is seeing some interesting stuff. Gypsy Psychic says she was actually viewing this not through the modality of remote viewing, but through tarot cards. There was a peace message from a governing body outside the earth. If you keep doing what you've always done, you're just going to get what you've always gotten. Okay? The source told the psychic that some agreement has been broken and the people who run the show are going to crumble and humanity is going to be freed from slavery. We're family, says the aliens. You know us and we know you. We're coming. Get ready. People will be dancing on the rooftops when this happens. All right, well, I got my dancing shoes ready. No Rivets was also saying alien stuff. Daz Smith was talking about a viewing that he did where he was seeing potentially Russian involvement, which is really interesting. I'd be shocked, if Russia has exotic technology that they're not using in the Ukraine war. They're using it to freak out Americans. That's so weird. But hey, who knows, guys? Who knows? Brian Christenstein said, urgent. For the third night in a row, this large yellow orb, UFO, has been floating over my street here in Florida. I've also received messages from over 1,200 people claiming to have seen the same exact type of large orb in the neighborhood.
For the third, I'm sorry, I'm shaking here. For the third night in a row, this UFO is in the sky. It's very cylindrical. Like I said before, you can almost see a man inside of it. I also got multiple reports from multiple states around the country that this same exact large yellow orb is floating stationary over their homes. In fact, I had over 1,200 people message me last night.
I mean, when I'm looking at it, you could say that's the moon, right? It's really hard to say that's anything anomalous. I'm not seeing a cylinder or a man, but that's really intriguing. I don't know what to make of that sighting. It could very well be an orb, a UFO orb. They do exist. They are absolutely out there. Speaking of men or beings inside of craft, some people are drawing a comparison between this one and some old biblical illustrations or some old paintings, an old painting that we've all seen. Look at this. Yeah, okay, we got music playing. But yeah, so there's this interesting orby object, whatever it is. Is that a drone or is that an orb? An actual NHI? And of course, there's that classic painting. Or is that from a church? I forget. Is that Da Vinci? I don't know. I don't know my classic paintings, guys. But you painting scholars let me know what this is from. But yeah, where you see these fireball-shaped UFOs or craft that look like fireballs with people in them. Does that look like that thing? Kind of, right? Kind of, maybe. You never know, guys. You never know. But yeah, let's see. There's a continuing debate over whether these objects, these mystery drones, are sniffing nuclear material. Ryan Graves says, I have spoken with sources inside government who would be responsible for responding to a potential nuclear threat within the U.S. I have high confidence the drone issue is unrelated to any potential nuclear threat. To which Ross Coulthart replies, hearing the same. Moreover, why would the U.S. government need to deploy multicolored, brightly lit drones to sniff for radiation? ET Energy has well-equipped nest teams for just that emergency. So is that the Department of Energy? Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. I don't believe this is to sniff out nuclear material. If so, their information on where this nuclear material could be is really bad because these drones are all over the U.S. and multiple states from coast to coast and in other countries as well. So yeah, if they're looking for a rogue warhead or something, they suck. They suck at finding this stuff. So hopefully that's not what it is for multiple reasons. But it doesn't seem to be. It doesn't make a lot of sense for it to be. Why would they only come out at night, right? Why would the government only send these things out at night, decked out like Christmas trees? These things are trying to get attention. They're shutting down airports. They're flying over military bases. Do they think that there's a rogue warhead at these military bases? Yeah, I don't buy that scenario. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But if it makes sense to you, let me know how that makes sense. Belleville Mayor Michael Milhelm says the drones are most likely the U.S. government conducting a search operation. So yeah, he's putting out that narrative, but I don't believe that narrative. Oh yeah, meanwhile, some non-drone related news. James Fox's documentary, The Program, is now finally out. Now, some people have been having trouble watching it, but I'll link to this page, and you can follow this link, and hopefully that link will work for you, and you can begin watching James Fox's new documentary, The Program. We've all really been looking forward to it. I can't wait to watch it, and I'll watch it very quickly, very soon. Chris Christie talking about his own drone sighting.
At 6:15 in the morning, saw them myself. So did my wife, and so yeah, they're there. And I've been traveling around New Jersey as I normally do all week, and I can't tell you the number of people who've come up to me concerned about it. And that's.
But is this a mass hysteria of some sort?
Well, here's why, George. Because of ants.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes on. He says it's not mass hysteria. These things are real. I don't know why Stephanopoulos has to go there, but I guess he does. Let's see here. The Red Octopus says a large bright object appears to be ejecting another UAP. One UAP ejecting another? Let's give it a watch.
That's it right there. Hold on, let me go get it. Let me go focus in.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I like it. Good footage. If legit. I mean, you never know. You never know these days. Faking footage is so easy. Provenance is everything, and I don't know the provenance of this. But, let me know what you think of this really cool footage. I've seen footage that I believe is legit that looks a lot like this, of legit UFOs ejecting other UFOs. So, yeah, totally possible. Yeah, and getting back to the high risk for aviation. Are these things a hazard to our planes in the air? We saw that one object go into the turbine. Was that a bird? Was that a mystery drone? We heard the Oregon pilot was actually instructed to maneuver around these objects if need be. So, yeah, I mean, they're shutting down airports. They're cluttering up our skies. To what purpose? What are they doing? They're clearly trying to get attention, in my mind. For what purpose? Is it to get legislation passed? Is it, the shadow government that wants more control and they're trying to get more authority to do whatever they want to do? Is it NHI trying to, return for their bodies? You never know, right? Is it the NHI trying to provide some sort of disclosure? I don't know. But Chris Bledsoe has this cool video. He's got a new camera and he's filming in 4K now. Now, some people are trying to debunk this as Venus or something. But, Chris Bledsoe actually gets messages from the beings. Not to say that he couldn't get something wrong, but, we've seen, if you've watched episode 8 of Beyond Skinwalker Ranch season 1, where they hook up the gizmos to his head, and when he's bringing the UFOs in, he's actually receiving signals. 6th of November. He's actually receiving signals from the beings, presumably in those craft. The communication centers of his brain light up. Not the giving communication part of his brain, but the receiving communication part of his brain right before these objects appear. Yeah, Benny thinks that's really interesting. So he is in communication with these beings. So, when he says that's a real object and not Venus, I take him seriously. Oh, yeah, and Lou Elizondo issues a tweet directed to Donald Trump saying, Sir, real Donald Trump, the fiasco this current administration has gotten us into regarding drones is unacceptable. We have been ringing the alarm bell since 2017. For the sake of the American people, please enable Tulsi Gabbard and the rest of your cabinet to fix this issue once and for all and come clean with the American people. Between Tulsi, RFK, and others in your staff, we can do this. I know you share our perspective and thank you for your courage to address this. Know that you have a small army of former government officials ready to help any way we can. America can handle the truth, and America deserves the truth. Now, I thought that was really interesting because to me it seems like Lou Elizondo is implying an NHI explanation for the mystery drones. We have been ringing the alarm bells. Fix this issue once and for all and come clean with the American people. So, and that's, Lou's big thing, obviously, is UAP. So is he saying that the mystery drones are UAP? To me, that seems to be the inference, but let me know if you read it a different way. Anyway, there's just so much, guys. It just goes on sightings and various takes and stuff. The mystery drone thing is wild. Yeah, I think I've shared with you Chuck Schumer's statement about trying to get Robin up in the air. And but yeah, there's just so much. Oh yeah, this is kind of hilarious. This Yahoo Representative Jim Himes, he says, forget the shadow government, forget the control group or aliens. It's teenagers. It's teenagers are responsible for all this.
Point. It's just the military is amazing at what they do. An aircraft carrier has 6,000 amazing people on it who will defeat the Iranians. What they're not very good at doing is identifying if there's 12 teenage boys in Montclair, New Jersey, flying Walmart drones. The military is not very good at identifying that and dealing with that. So.
Okay, there you go. I think we have the final word on it. The final word is it's Walmart drones flown by teenagers. Oh my God. All right, something to cheer us up. I'll leave you on this. The moose chasing a bear. Look at that, guys. Look at that. All right, guys, go have a great day. Let me know what you think about all of this madness in the comments below. Like and subscribe, become a channel member, support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, grab a t-shirt or a hoodie in the merch store below. There's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.